Hello students, a very good morning to one and all. Welcome to the next lecture of online theory class series of subject Novel Drug Delivery System. I am Mrs. Aarti Majumdar, Associate Professor from the Department of Pharmaceutics, Smriti College of Pharmaceutical Education, Indore. Dear student, today we are going to start our discussion over another important topic, that is ocular drug delivery system. So, before starting our discussion, I would like to summarize the main point on which we are going to focus under the heading Ocular Drug Delivery System. We will study about what is ocular drug delivery system and what is the basic objective or formulation of ocular drug delivery systems. And we will also study, after a short introduction of anatomy and physiology of eye, we are going to discuss about various intraocular barrier which are intraocular barrier in the ocular delivery of drug. And then we will study about various reasons which are responsible for the low bioavailability through ocular drug delivery. Then we will also study about what is the general scheme of absorption of drug through ocular route. Later on, we will also study about various formulations or ocular drug delivery system, so including ocular inserts and implants. Now, starting with what are ocular drug delivery system. So, these ocular drug delivery system, they are specialized formulation and sterile formulation which are which are designed to be administered into the cul-de-sac cavity of the eye. Cul-de-sac cavity of the eye, that is the space between the eyelashes and eyeball. So these preparations, they can be either administered externally, that is applied topically into the eye, or they can be administered inside the eye, that is intraocular administration. Or these preparations, these ocular drug delivery system, they can be administered adjacent to the eye, which is called as periocular administration. Now, basically the main objective of formulation of ocular drug delivery system is the treatment of ophthalmic diseases through local drug delivery, as systemic delivery of drugs through ocular route or through ocular drug delivery, it is generally avoided so as to prevent the toxic effect or damage to the eye tissue due to the presence of high concentration of drug. So, the most commonly used drug, most commonly administered drug through the ocular delivery, they include miotics, which are the agents which constrict pupil of the eye, and these miotics, they are also used or also employed in the treatment of glaucoma. For example, pilocarpine hydrochloride. Apart from miotics, other agents such as mydriatics, which that is the agents which dilates the pupil of eye, and cycloplegics, which temporarily cause paralysis of ciliary muscles. For example, atropine. So these agents, they are also administered through ocular drug delivery. Apart from this, various anti-inflammatory agents such as corticosteroids and certain anti-infectives, for example antibacterial agents and antiviral, are also administered through ocular drug delivery. Apart from this, there are certain diagnostic agents such as sodium fluorescein, which are required in the treatment of diagnosis of various eye diseases, ophthalmic diseases. They are also administered through ocular drug delivery. Then there are certain surgical adjuncts such as irrigating solutions. They are also required in the surgery, especially ophthalmic surgeries. So these are commonly used drugs which are administered through ocular drug delivery, and all of them have purpose of treating local ophthalmic diseases. Now, let's discuss about the anatomy of eye. Eye is a spherical organ, and human eye is a spherical organ having diameter of about 23 millimeters. Functionally, it can be categorized into three layers. The human eye is functionally categorized into three layers. It is composed of three layers. Outermost layer, it consists of clear transparent cornea. Anteriorly, it consists of clear transparent cornea and which extend to white opaque sclera posteriorly. Now, diameter of this cornea, it is about 11.7 millimeter. Now, the next layer, the middle layer of the eye, it comprises of iris, and anteriorly it comprises of iris, which is responsible for the color of eye, and posteriorly it extends to the choroid. The choroid is actually responsible for providing. It has a rich supply of blood vessels, and it nourishes the next layer, retina and other ocular tissue. Apart, this middle layer comprises of iris, choroid, along with ciliary bodies. This is ciliary body. Then the innermost layer, it consists of retina, which is an extension of central nervous system, and it is responsible for the image formation in the brain. Now, when the drug is administered into the eye, when these drugs are administered into eye in the form of various dosage form. So most commonly used ocular drug delivery system, ocular dosage form, they are solution, suspension or ointment. However, these conventional ocular dosage form, they have a limitation of poor ocular retention, as these dosage form, solution, suspension, ointment, they are rapidly drained off from the eye because of the tear turnover or maybe due to nasolacrimal drainage. So, an ideal ocular drug delivery system should have certain characteristics of having, they should be able to release the drug in a sustained way for a prolonged period of time, and apart from releasing drug in a sustained way, an ideal ophthalmic dosage form is also required to have proper ocular retention, which result in the which is responsible in the retaining the dosage form in contact with the ocular tissue for a prolonged period of time. So various novel ocular drug delivery system, these includes gel or gel forming solution, including ocular insert and implants. Now, when the drug is administered into the eye, it can be absorbed by two pathways, either through corneal route or maybe non-corneal route. Non-corneal route include conjunctiva and sclera. So, the main ocular barrier, it is actually the corneal route which delivers the drug to the ocular tissue for the it delivers the drug locally for the treatment of ophthalmic diseases. However, other route, which is conjunctival route or drug delivery, drug absorption through sclera, it results in a non-productive absorption, because conjunctiva and sclera, the major proportion of drug absorbed through conjunctiva or sclera, it goes to the systemic circulation, which again result in the various side effects of drug. So it is the main route required for the absorption for the treatment of ophthalmic diseases is through cornea. So the major intraocular barrier which are offered when the drug is instilled into the cavity cavity of the eye are either anatomical barrier, in which mainly cornea, the major barrier in the ocular drug delivery is cornea, and it can other barrier can be physiological barrier, which is due to the presence of lacrimal fluid which are continuously produced in the eye due to the presence of lacrimal gland, and the blood ocular barrier. The main anatomical barrier, cornea, it is again composed of 5-layer organ. The thickness of cornea is about 0.5 to 0.7 millimeter. This cornea is composed of outermost epithelium layer, and then Bowman's membrane, then a multi-layered stroma is present, and then Descemet membrane is present, then the innermost layer is endothelium. It is actually this epithelium layer and stroma and endothelium layer which offers the major barrier in the absorption of drug through ocular route or into the ocular tissue. This epithelium, they have these epithelium, stroma and endothelium. They allows only small ionic and lipophilic molecules to pass through the layer by transcellular absorption. Then physiological barrier, that is tear flow, it also results in it also poses barrier in the drug absorption in the ocular tissue. Then the blood ocular barrier, which comprises of blood aqueous barrier, which is offered by this aqueous chamber of the eye, and then blood retinal barrier, which is offered by the capillaries, especially non-fenestrated capillary of retinal epithelium. This retinal epithelium, they have tightly, the epithelium cells of retina they have close tight junctions which doesn't allow the drug to pass through the blood vessel or into the ocular tissue. So these are the major barriers: anatomical barrier, physiological barrier and blood ocular barrier, which result in the low absorption of drug through the ocular tissue. However, this ocular drug delivery, it results in the bioavailability of drug about 5% bioavailability. Even less than 5% bioavailability of drug is observed through ocular route. The reason for the low bioavailability of drug through ocular delivery are as when the drug is instilled into the eye from the precorneal area, the drug is eliminated. Most of the drug, about 95% of the drug is eliminated from the precorneal area. The reasons are it may be drug overflow, because the capacity of eye, normal eye has capacity, blinking eye has capacity to accommodate only 7 ml of fluid, and if in a non-blinking state, eye can accommodate about 30 ml of fluid into it. So most of the drug when instilled into the eye, there may be changes of sometimes it can have different tonicity or pH different than that of ocular tissue. So about 70% of drug is wasted because of the overflow. Then normal tear turnover, the tear is continuously reduced in the eye tissue for the flushing and keeping the eye tissue in moisturized state, preventing the eye from drying. So this normal tear turnover, it is also one of the parameters which is responsible for the drug elimination from precorneal area. Then nasolacrimal drainage. Most of the drug is lost from the precorneal area because of the nasolacrimal drainage. This is also having limitation of causing one of the major limitation of ocular drug delivery, as through nasolacrimal drainage, most drug can be absorbed drug can go into systemic circulation because of absorption through nasal mucosa as well as through GIT, which may cause various unwanted side effects of the drug. An important example of this is a drug. It was observed with the drug timolol, which is employed in the treatment of glaucoma. When this timolol, it is administered through ocular delivery into eye, because of nasolacrimal drainage, this drug is absorbed systemically, and it has result in the death of certain patients because it causes bronchospasm due to the systemic absorption of drug. So this has always taken into account about nasolacrimal drainage, which directly relates to the systemic absorption of drug, which is not required, which is not acceptable for ocular drug delivery. Then drug metabolism, due to the presence of certain enzymes in the eye which result in the metabolism of drug. This also reduces bioavailability of drug. Then corneal absorption, which is the main objective of administration of drug into eye. But apart from corneal absorption, there can be conjunctival or scleral absorption, which also result in circulation of absorption of drug in the general systemic circulation, which is not required, and it results in the unproductive absorption, because drug is not absorbed in the ocular tissue. Apart from it, it is going into general circulation and causing unwanted side effect. Now, scheme of ocular absorption. When the drug is administered into the eye, what happens? Only 5% or less than 5% of drug, it goes into ocular absorption. However, most of the drug, more than 95% of drug, it is absorbing through, it is going to systemic absorption, which may be through nasolacrimal drainage or through the choroid. So, main concern is the ocular absorption of drug. So, only 5% of drug which is going through, which is absorbing into the ocular tissue, it again absorbing through two routes. It can be corneal route. A part of drug is absorbing through corneal route, which reaches to the aqueous humor. This is the aqueous chamber of the eye, and it reaches to the aqueous humor, and this is the actual portion of drug which is absorbing into the ocular tissue which is available for the local delivery of drug into ophthalmic tissue for the treatment of various ophthalmic diseases. Then again, apart from this cornea, if drug is absorbing through this conjunctiva and sclera, a small part of drug is going into ocular tissue, and the major part which is absorbed through conjunctival route or scleral route, it is going again into systemic absorption, and from where the drug is eliminated. So, student, the main focus is of formulation of ocular drug delivery system is to overcome these barriers and to focus have the main absorption. The major part of most of the percent of drug should be absorbed into the ocular tissue through corneal absorption. So, in our next lecture, we will discuss about various ocular drug delivery system, ocular insert and ocular implants. Thank you.